Well, welcome back, my friends, to another rousing rendition of Choir Boys Outdoors. The Asset from Work Tough Gear, designed by ODM Knives. We're going to deep dive it. Listen, this is a longer video. What I'm going to do is narrate in spots. Now, I didn't talk through this one. I did a lot of it at work. So we're just going to do some quick narration here and there. There's a couple things I want to touch on. Let me give you the specifications before we really kind of deep dive into the knife. It is the Work Tough Gear Asset. It will be dropping October 27th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Work Tough Gear website. I'll put a link to their website in the description. All right? October 27th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Okay, so here we go. It's SK85 steel. The Rockwell is 56 to 58. The blade thickness is 0.177 inches or 4.5 millimeters. So it's got some thickness to it. Not overly thick. It's not a sharpened pry bar. Thank God. And I like my sharpened pry bars, but on something like this, a camp knife, a utility knife, I like the slicier, smaller stock. The overall length is 10.5 inches. The blade length is 5.1 inches. The cutting edge is 5 inches. The weight, most of the weight is in the handle. The balance point really is more towards the handle. It's 12.3 ounces. Not super heavy, but it's got a really good weight to it. It's got some nice fullers there on both sides. It has some aggressive jimping on the back. It has a spike type lanyard hole on the bottom. It's got a wig splitter, and we're going to do some things with that. The inner grip on this knife is 4.25 inches. That will fit literally any hand on the planet. Handle materials G10 with blue liners. Now, I'll catch back up with you guys in a minute. Just kind of let's watch the knife work. I'm overly impressed with this knife. We went 15 minutes, but this started off as a 30-minute video. That's how much I love the damn thing. Let's check out a little cutting, and I'll jump back in with you in a minute. All right, guys, I want to pick up here. In just 1 second, I'm going to split a board. Now, let me explain what I'm doing here. This is more about prying this board in two. I don't do a lot of twist testing or tip testing. I will in the future as I build up more of that feel, more of that touch. But at the same time, right now, guys, I'm really heavy-handed, and I don't want to just go breaking a bunch of blades. It's not even about Work Tough Gear. I'm talking about any knife. I'm just not comfortable right now with the tip test thing. I work on it. I practice on it with some cheap knives, and thus far, it's not gone well. What I'm doing here is I was carrying pans to a job site, kick pans for stairwells. They were stacked oddly, and by just driving the truck 4 here, the F350, I didn't have a really good bite on strapping them down. They slid off one time, they slid again, nothing hit the road, but I pulled over, there was a board, this board was on the side of the road. What I'm doing is splitting it in two, so you're seeing a little bit of just push and twist, okay? And then I put one board under each ratchet strap and was able to get some good pressure on it. You're also gonna see a bunch of whittling throughout this video. I absolutely love just whittling with a stick. I tell a lot about a knife. I adore this knife. It is insanely comfortable in hand. I can't say that enough. This thing is a beast. Most of my videos now are between 10 and 12 minutes. This one was almost 16, and I cut that down from 30. That's how much I love using this damn knife. The handle is supremely comfortable. The blade's sharp. Great balance. I didn't have to move my hand around a lot to do that. I'm excited about that. Here I am adjusting my look in the mirror. I meant to edit that out, but I'll give you some behind the scenes looks here. All right, keep watching. There, I've dropped that one. Attaboy Scabber. Keep watching. Listen, the asset, again, if I haven't mentioned, is dropping October 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The damn thing is a beast. October 27th, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time or 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Work Tuff Gear website. There will be a link in the description to that. Let's keep going. We're going to do some stabbing here. Let's check it out. All right, let me jump in here real quick. This is a pressure treated 4x4. I just wanted to do some quick chops, just see what it would do. And again, we do some flat chops here. When I'm chopping in a video, we're really looking more at the edge, right? Did it hold up? Did it roll? Did it chip? And honestly, guys, now, remember too, when I do some of this chopping, remember, we're out of position. Nothing's locked into place. That's a short board. It did pretty damn well. It was easy to get a grip on. Now, we're going to work on some ratchet strap stuff. I'm going to let y'all watch. What I tried to do, guys, is cut out all the bullshit, all the walking around, and just give you straight cutting. Check it out. I'm going to jump back in just a few, give you my causes, and we'll keep moving. Guys, if you'll notice, we put a lot of wear and tear on this blade, a lot of cutting. And again, the original video was 30 minutes long. So I was able to edit down, but we did a shit ton of cutting. I haven't been able to put this damn thing down. I absolutely adore it. Listen, guys, there was a time in this country where 22 vets a day took their own lives. Now, stats are everywhere. The real number is between 15 and 29. That's why here on this channel, we focus on the number 0. Vets, we love you. Man, you have a place here. We back to blue over here with Sport Leo. I do. I don't ask you to. I know that's controversial now. Here's the thing, guys. These causes are mine. They don't run together. They're not intertwined. It's just things I believe in. How do you do it, Scab? Well, I don't break the damn law. And if I do, because I accept responsibility. And finally, if you are an addict, never quit quitting. So I wanted to address this too. I'm changing up batoning on the channel, okay? Here's the deal. If a knife is built for it, if it's made for it, if it's heavier duty, I'll do it. If it's more of a custom, thinner stock, I won't. The reason that I'm saying this is this. This also has a little light sharpening choil for the harmonics so that can go in there. But I got to thinking about batoning with this. Work Tough gear is super, super tough. It's made to baton. The other thing is with these videos, guys, I'm giving you an upfront look. I don't really do in-depth, detailed stuff. And really, the only time I baton, and this is something you need to hear me say, is during these videos. And I do it for the simple reason to see if the knife will hold up. Now, if a knife isn't really made for it, we're going to stop doing it. But something with Work Tough gear definitely is. Now, here's that spike, lanyard hold spike. I guarantee you, son, if it needed to, it could get your damn attention. Now, this is something I hadn't done in a while. I'm 8 paces back. I think 8 feet to feet. I'm not far, obviously. But this thing, and I missed a couple times. I'm going to show y'all everything. But I did everything I could with this damn thing. I love the knife. I love the aesthetics of the knife. And y'all don't hear me talk about that a lot. But I also love the handle scales, the G10 with that pattern, a great looking clip point. Just a badass knife. Now, the designer of this knife also designed the Wilderness Warrior, which I am a monster fan of. This is kind of a cut down version of it. This is going to become one of my new actual EDCs. I will belt carry this daily. I absolutely adore it. We got about 1.5 minutes left, guys. What I've tried to do in this video is not talk as much, let the knife work as much. I'm fighting something off, so I figured that would be one thing. I figured the other thing is y'all don't want to hear me ramble, okay? As we go and as we learn this, I'll add something in, some light music or something, but I really wanted you to hear some of the background noises too. And if you'll notice, this last part of this video, man, we cut. I wanted to put as much pressure on this knife, and I don't mean like force, I mean like cut, to see if we can dull it. It's got a hell of a 90-degree spine. Listen, SK85, somebody said, dude, some asshole was making a big deal like we were saying it's super steel. SK85 is not a super steel. It's a high carbon steel. It's easy to maintain. It's easy to sharpen. It's easy to sharpen in the field if you need to. It's a great steel. You do need some blade paste. After all that cutting, this son bitch still has a hell of an edge. Mr. Vic just absolutely slaughters it. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed it. This one was a joy to review. Listen, October 27th, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Work Tough Gear website. The asset is dropping, but more importantly, I'm Scab. You're not. I'm gone, son. There was Megatron.